In this episode, I'll find a razor and finally have a shave. I'll get surprised by a lizard. Shit, lizards. And I find graffiti in some town. While travelling and recording the videos, I noticed that my beard had become somewhat unkempt, so when I was buying food and mainly some good Italian wine, I brought a razor as well and cleaned up. I already looked homeless with my long hair, so I didn't want to add to that look anymore. Well, technically, while travelling, was homeless, in definition at least, as I did not stay in one place for longer than a day. Maybe I'm more of a traveller. Well, you see what I did there. Now, Neptune's cave, there are two ways to get in, the poor peasant way, which I did, where I had to walk down 600 stairs to enter the cave. The views are amazing from the walk, so I do recommend it. And also, don't bring a large backpack, small ones will do, with a drink, a camera, yeah, but any more than that, it will weigh you down on the climb back up. Trust me, not worth it. Drink, camera, and maybe a jumper, nothing more. Also, there's a more expensive way to get in, rent a boat, which will take you to the entrance. Where it parks, I do not know, as I did not see any safe entry points from the sea. However, it is an option. When I was doing research on the place, the cave was featured in a movie, an Italian horror from 1979, Island of the Fisherman. I enjoy my horror movies like the next person, but to be honest, I've never seen or even heard that one. But at the end of the day, the cave is worth it and you should visit it if you have time. Moving on, I stayed in a hotel in the middle of nowhere at the top of a mountain pass, where I almost got rammed off the road by a bull. When you wanted to record this cave for the day and enjoy the rest of my day without stress of recording, so my fantastic driving skills of reversing from a bull down a mountain are not shown. But when I did get out and unpack the car, I looked for my arch enemy, the toro, or the bull. Maybe not a smart idea, but still, having a day, I did not find him. Where did he go? Did he vanish in the mist? Maybe. Or was he one of the Roman gods playing a prank on me? We will never know, as I departed from the hotel. Good morning. Right now I'm in the city of Orgosolo. I think that's how you say it. Maybe less popular city, to be honest, on tourist attractions. Mainly because it is quite poor. I'll get a view from of a city in a minute. However, there's quite a few interesting things around here. First of all, there's quite a few murals painted around here dedicated to political views and political struggles in Sardinia, which I think is quite interesting regarding everything that's happening in Italy, like the divide between the north and the south part, like the rich and the poor. But also, there used to be captive murderers in Italy, where they would go to the local church and post wanted posters on the other murderers, which they wanted them to be killed. Turn around here. You can see the state that this city is in. I'm gonna have a quick wander around to see if I can see any of those murals. Well, there's one just right behind me. I've been reading up about this now while walking around the murals. From what I can see, the church bit is from a movie from 1960s. Bandits of Orgosolo, or the place I am in, and it's won a reward in Venice, so it must be a good movie. Walking through an alleyway, another mural. There's quite a few down there, some way back. I'm gonna try to make myself down this alleyway so I can see quite a few from up here. But at the moment I'm heading towards the centre of the city where I think most of them are located. A town in the middle of Sardinia with a story drawn on every building. Where does this culture come from? I think I can tell you after walking around the town itself. I believe it comes from economic despair that the town is in, stuck in the middle. There are plenty of graffiti showing poverty and the daily struggle that the people need to push through to survive from day to day. And the town dying from lack of funding and population attempting to leave and find themselves somewhere else to build a future. And the international struggles that happen around the world. This tradition started in 1969. And they still keep that tradition alive to this day. The town itself has an interesting story to tell. It was once known as the village of the murderers. At one point, due to its high crime rate, where the bandits of the surrounding mountains used the church door to post notice of death sentence on their enemies. This latter evolved into an Italian movie named Banditi a or Solo, in English Bandit or Go Solo. The movie itself tells a story of injustice, corruption, where the main character is wrongly suspected of involvement with bandits, but he needs to flee to the mountains, with the ending being where the main character becomes a bandit he was accused of, as he's already facing trials and a massive debt that he needs to pay. As I show you the fantastic views of a city, I want you to pay attention to the poverty that the people are living in, with incomplete houses, broken down cars and thefts just around the corner. The more I walk around the town itself, the more I understand the struggle of the people and the little hope they have and what they are doing to try to maintain it. So just arrive at the next destination. The view's quite stunning, but that's not what we're here for. If I turn around, actually a proper abandoned city where there's no gate. You can just enter through that gate, park here like I did and someone else. And just have a wander around. Building's not, from what I can see, not safe. Yeah, they're definitely not safe. I'll just stand here and just turn around and say, guys, get an idea what state they are in. So I wouldn't recommend actually going into them too much. But just have a wander around. I think it's quite a nice place, especially if it's in the middle of nowhere. It's actually open, so you can go into here, have a wander. The roads here are gravel. It is quite hard, so I think a normal car would be able to come down here. But there's not a lot of space. You can do a U-turn or turn around, You have to reverse all the way back. Well, there's someone coming down. You can see some buildings are being repaired, I think, or just taken apart for safety, which surprising, like they barricaded this building off, and you got another building here, just completely open. And buildings down there, which are also completely open, you can walk in. So I don't know why they decided that this is the one they want to close off. This village is one of the most famous abandoned places in Sardinia and in Italy itself, as the locals still crowd it once a year to celebrate Saint Helena, the patroness of the village, with big parties and traditional food. Also, there's a famous legend that I think a lot of people had heard about it. Old people, aged 70, used to assume hallucinogenic herbs, salula, to reach a big rock south of the village, accomplished by the oldest male son. Once they reached the rock, they used to jump down as to avoid weighting down the community. According to this legend, one guy, accompanying his father, decided to forbid his father to jump, had to bring him back home. Thanks to his wise advice of agriculture and life in general, he became, in a while, the richest person of the whole village. He decided to tell everybody his secret, and tradition was stopped. Now, the village itself is left to the local farmers who use it to keep sheep and goats while they live in Guardia. Like I said before, it is open to the public for you to view yourself. A lot of tourists do not go here, so you'll not have to worry about other people, tickets, anything else. I'll just say that this place is in ruin, and taking safety measures is a must. I'll say, just don't be reckless and you'll be fine here. While walking around here, I think this place is being used as some kind of goat farm. Because I haven't seen them, but I heard plenty of goats around here with one of the bells that something's moving around here, and two just normal goat sound. I don't know what sound they make, what's a proper word for it, but you know what I mean. So I think that's what this place is being used for right now. But walking through something like a main street, you can see behind me all these buildings just being abandoned. Which, it is a shame. It's a quickly change perspective as a lizard, so you guys can see that I'm not actually lying when I say the lizards are just walking around here. When you get close to them, they just try to run away from you, but most of the time they do it through just running across you to the nearest hiding spot. I still don't know why they closed this building down, because compared to other ones, it is in one of the better states. I don't know if they're trying to rebuild it. There's another also thing which I noticed. Shit, lizards. I'm out of my getting up here. I'm not a fan of lizards. I don't know if you guys can pick that up. Well, I'm just a bit tired. So I'm double timing out of here to get to the car where there's no lizards for sure, and go to the village or town where I can get something. Well, I'm not going to get anything to eat at this time because the Italians have a break now where all the restaurants are closed. Another lizard. Yeah, I'm getting off here. All the restaurants are closed. Goddamn lizards. What does have to be them? I meet them no matter where I go. Anyway, I'm getting to the end of my journey in Sardinia. in the next video, where I will explore the capital of Sardinia, Cagliari, for my last 2 days. Until now, I have driven across the island, making around 1,500 kilometers. I don't think the rental company will be too happy with that mileage, but I did pay extra for it to be unlimited. Hopefully, I don't get to see any lizards in the next video.